the marking area. For ping pong ball with the cups and all that, you can actually fill up with water and do out stations and all that. So for us, very localized, that could be a telematch and all that. But I think all of us are very creative already, trying to think of something and all that. But I understand that all of you work with different age group of students. For example, secondary schools and all that, there are certain passions and there are certain interests in certain things. So some of the games that, if we are involved in program design, we can look into the things that they are interested in, then we can play. But this project, or this workshop, would like to highlight is that even students at their age, when they look at a basketball or a badminton racket, there are different way of playing that you never expect. And they can come up with very interesting games, and they are probably not so restricted to what we have been looking and seeing and all that. And they can do up a design, they can design a program that is suitable for even adults or children, as long as we tell them that what are the limitations or restrictions that they want to play, or the people that they are serving. And I have seen that and experienced that. And if you have the opportunity, I really want to encourage you all to really let go, empower the students to really. You have all my support, equipments and all that. I believe schools have certain equipments and all that. Let them do up a design program and all that. And if you're in a class, something that they want to try is they can design a game for the teachers to play, or design a game for their friends to play, like what you did just now. And it will be interesting to find out what kind of games they actually come up with, especially with the rules and regulations. Some of them, they will be, if they are a soccer player, or whether or not, there will be two extreme cases. It's either they will really stick to the rules and regulations they're so familiar with, or they will come up with very interesting rules and regulations. Whatever things that you are not supposed to do in an actual game, they will say, all can play. All can do. My rules and regulations, whatever that cannot be done, can be done. So it will be very interesting games to see how it's going to be played as well. And so I hope you enjoyed the sessions. Any questions that you have for me in terms of doing programs and all?
I wanted to ask, because we organize a lot of things for students, but we always find an issue about safety. What happened is when we actually did like amazing race kind of things and people to run all over the place, and I start with students fainting, muscle pulling, and you end up hospital and all that. So safety becomes very important for us. Yeah, yes. So I don't know how you guys actually cope around that.
Okay, for safety, for all our events, whatever events that we do, we actually have risk assessment, which I think now is part of the procedures and all. So normally for our students, when they are involved in a project, I will get them to submit a proposal. So they will have to list down all the instructions in paper, because that will allow me to see what's their process, a thought of process. And then I will get them to do a separate dry run. And I will have either myself or another one of my colleagues, two of us, will be going through the programs that they have in mind for this certain or whoever target audience that they are working with. Then we will evaluate, and also we will let the students understand that there are certain concerns for myself and all that, and then they will modify the games. So far, based on the events that we organize, for example, a carnival, sports carnival or sports day, it lasts from 10 to 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. Touch wood, everything is okay and it's quite good as well. And the students are aware that I will always tell them safety comes first, not only the safety of participants, your own safety. So they are quite aware of that. And some of the activities that we do, right, if it's a bit dangerous and all that, we will ask the student, can you modify and do some other activities similar, but you can still achieve the same result. So one of the things, just now when I talk about the learning outcome, right, I was asking about healthy lifestyle and all that. So for example, students, when we tell them, when we work with organizations, they will ask for, they will have a certain outcome. And they will say, I want, after these sessions, right, the theme of these sessions will be mainly on team bonding. If team bonding is very easy, mainly. As long as you play, team bonding will be there. But they give cue, because all the students, helpers, they will be attached to a certain group of students. Then during the sessions when they play, they will actually try to explain and give out some keywords and all that. You need to together, we are a team, and certain message are being passed down. And last year when I worked with another one more BWs, they want more learning element. So what we did is we actually have the whole sports complex with a play area. And for example, one of the activities track and field. So what we have, they want to have a healthy lifestyle. They want to have a bit of curriculum, healthy lifestyle in terms of eating, healthy lifestyle in terms of exercise, everything. So the track and field activities that we do is actually a 400-meter track, and every 100 meter we break it down to, for example, a relay ride. So every 100 meter, they will have to complete a task. So one of the tasks is actually we actually print out how to wash hand properly. So they will have 8 steps. Then we'll jumble up, become a puzzle. Then the children, when they run 100 meter, right, then they will have to figure out what is the step number 1 to step number 8. So these will because it's visual. So when they wash their hands subsequently after the whole event and all that, they will still get to practice hygiene and all that. And for example, football or even floorball and all that, they dribble. Then we ask them a question. What's the recommended exercise time, or how many times should you exercise a week based on what was taught by your teachers and all that? Then we'll have 1, 2, 3 different goalposts, and they're supposed to shoot the correct goalposts. So these are some of the learning elements. And for example, even choke ball. Choke ball have a frame, right? You know choke ball, right? Choke ball have a frame. So we do mathematics actually. When they run and when they need to bounce the ball and hit the frame, right? We ask them before they bounce. We will ask them a question. For example, 12 plus 15. What's the number? Then they're supposed to run to the choke ball frame. Then they're supposed to. So there are certain mathematics as well and all that. So not only exercise but other incorporate some of the programs. Yeah. So these are some of the things. And normally when students organize an event, I don't intervene. So during an event, even though they are working with an external organization, by right as an educator, we normally tend to try to control. But as much as possible, I try to stand aside, take a step back, and I really let them run the whole event. Unless we really need to be. If not, I think it's okay for the students to make mistakes and all that. But I think it's very important for us to manage the expectations of the students and as well as the organizations that we work with. So every time when I do an event and all that, I will let the organizations know that mainly the students that will be involved, they are very much committed to their trainings and all that. They might not be able to do so many meetings to ensure that, because some of the organization or they would like to know more, and I try not to micromanage them. And since this approach is quite effective, so it can be something that can try to implement it as well. And but of course need to let the organizations know that if there's anything, come to me directly. But as much as we try to trust our students, I think that's very important. And students feel empowered, they really can do a much more better job. And we really empower them and let them have ownership in terms of running the whole event.
How long average do they need to plan an event to do it?
Normally for an events and all that, in terms of meetings and all, probably about 20 to 30 hours between a time frame of 2 months. But communications and all that normally are just done through emails. So I'm actually just a media person. Whatever the students submit to me, I will just look at it and I will send to the organizations that I work with. And as much as possible, I don't want to change too much of what the students are doing. Because if not, I will think that I'm the one that owning the project rather than them. And it's really important for the students to really have ownership. So similarly, I think our students are really very capable in terms of they have the potential to really do a lot of things for us. They can. I always see them feeling and having a sense of satisfaction, especially after all the programs that they have run. But I think there's one challenge is that normally one class is 40 people, 40 students, 50 students. When we come to reflection, it can be a little bit short. It's going to be very long. So in terms of group facilitation, group reflection is going to be a bit difficult. So one possible way to do it is and just come up with one words for a group one. Because we always talk about individual reflections and group reflections. individual one, you can ask them to submit a reflection journal, which I do, but I focus more on the organizing committee because a lot of the student helpers, as much as possible, I hope that I can reach out to the 80 students that I work with, but unfortunately, the core group that I work with will be about 20 to 30 of them, and I hope as much as possible, these 30 students will get to benefit and really experience the whole thing, and hopefully they can pass down to their members as well and pick it up, that